Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to talk about discipline versus desires. What I mean by that, you know, a lot of people say, get your stuff done, get it done, discipline. You have to do this and you have to do that, and you have to go over here and you have to go over there. Whereas desires are like this internal nudge and pull towards something. And so when I think about discipline, I think about not just the actions that we take on a consistent basis, but where that energy comes from. It's usually outside of ourselves that is discipline, whereas desire is internal. And when you're in your crown era or any era at that point, discipline has its place. But discipline, when it comes to manifesting, is not the best place to be in. I have learned and I am still relearning and unlearning some habits that where discipline did not serve me in the way that I thought it would. Because we can be very disciplined in certain areas, especially when it comes to like weight loss or school or making sure a regiment gets completed versus the intuitive nudge of I desire to do this way, and you move with those intuitive nudges forward. So I want to redefine it. Where does your discipline come from? I believe it comes from external. Where where do you feel discipline in your body? Is it a whole body sensation? Is it a mental sensation? Is it a heart sensation? You have to answer that for yourself. For me, discipline is a mental outside body experience. It's always that, not always, it's more in the sense of the need to do, the should do, I must do. It's very forceful, and I don't need force back in my life. And I hope you don't need force in your life. But when you shift into desire, desire comes from the heart and the soul space. And I think about where does the desire come go? Where does desire come? Hmm, this is alive. Where does desire come from? Does it come from the outside world? Does it come from the internal heart? Does it come from spirit, your intuition? Well, I believe that you can have the ability to see something and not want it, it doesn't become a desire until spirit says or gives you the inkling to say, you want that? I'm showing it because you can either say yes or no to it. I think the things that we see in life, we're automatically mentally saying yes or no. But when the soul sees something that it truly desires or wants or feels that nudge to, it's a big hell yes. It's a ooh, it's a ah, it's a you gravitate towards it and you don't know why. I've been thinking about this really deeply in a lot of levels for myself, and I just wanted to come and share it with you guys. The emotional craving for a desire is more potent than the emotional need for discipline. Discipline, like I said, has its way. It needs it is a place for discipline, especially when you're learning something. But desire to learn something goes so much easier, so much smoother. And for in ease for me is energy as simply yes. When you're in ease, the energy that you're holding within your body just is a full body yes. It's just a simply yes. Energy as simply yes. Whereas discipline is I must, I can, I need, I will, yada, yada, yada. When you want to attract something in a manifestation, we always are manifesting, right? And a lot of times we manifest on default. But those words that we speak that come with this energetic, I don't want to say core, but this energetic connection to it is what really develops that desire. And sometimes I wonder, why do desires disappear? They disappear, I believe, for two reasons. One, because we ignored it. Two, not because we quenched it, but because we didn't believe that we didn't believe that that desire was for us. And because I believe once you have a desire, a true desire, a heart soul desire, that it stays with you forever and ever. And for me, I wanted to be an artist to a certain degree. I've been in the creative fields all my life. I remember creating etches of mirrors when I was like 8, 9 years old, selling them and making jewelry and um, just doing a lot of creative stuff. And I still want to do that. I still do. I still think about etching mirrors and doing photography and drawing and coloring and being creative. That desire is still within me and it has to not it has to, but I so want to express myself through those ways, and I must not have the discipline to do it because that would make me feel like I must do this to fulfill some type of calling. And when you do discipline, it doesn't give you that spiritual satisfaction, that emotional satisfaction. But when I do take the time to center myself and go in within myself and create something, oh, my desire is not just quenched, but it's also, how do I wanna say it? It also, it's like flames collecting together. It's like more it's more what, not is well, I wanna say amber? There's more ambience within myself, more light within me every time I complete something within my desires. I think that's what I wanna say. So the more desires that I have, the brighter my energy field becomes, and the more discipline I do, it feels like it gets, I ain't gonna say it gets smothered, but it just gets dense, and I feel heavy, and feeling heavy doesn't serve me when I want to fly, so to speak. So rather than being very desperate to achieve something and call it manifestating or call it a goal, because we don't manifest goals, we manifest desires. Discipline goes with the goals, manifesting goes with desires. And what else do I want to say about that? The more we listen to our intuition, we're more spontaneous in receiving the next step to quench our desires, if that even can even be quenched. More so, like I said, it's it just, you make yourself glow even bigger, brighter, more elaborate as a soul, because spirit gave me a long time ago that I am a cluster of light, and so I hold on to that. So every time a desire is in the midst of, it's like a light within me, it turns on, so I become greater and bigger as a cluster of light. I hope that's making sense for you guys. It's me, it's Coach Hunt. I'm a holistic self love coach. And when I have these big intuitive drops, I want to come and give it to you as much as possible because it's some way, somehow, somebody needs to hear this. And I'm grateful and thankful that you are here with me in this moment, sharing this epiphany, to move more into manifesting our desires versus being more disciplined in reaching goals. Like I said, there's a place for both, but when we are more in our desires, big, small, anything in between, then we are more in a development of life. We feel alive. In that aliveness, that life becomes much more simpler and easier to navigate and to, hmm, what else? Not just navigate, but to experience, because this is our playground, and we're here to play and learn, not to go to school and be have a fail or pass. This life is not about fail or pass. It's about experiences. And so those experiences are required to be available for you through your desires. More so. All right, I'm gone, you guys, because otherwise I'm gonna ramble. But I wanna embody this information more, and this should be a part 2 of this video. Make a wish. Get your desires out there, okay? I love you guys so much. It's Coach Hunt, and I have your greatest interest at heart. Bye.